Good morning, and thank you for asking me to talk to you today. My name is Helen Selvage. I'm the Assistant Director of Human Resources at the University. And I'd like to thank you for inviting me to join your webinar today. And I'd also like to just take a moment to thank the research community at York for the amazing work that you do on solving some of the planet's biggest problems. I talked to a number of people during the furlough period about your research, and I know the level of commitment that you have to your work, so thank you. I've been asked to talk about a number of issues regarding working at the university, and I've been asked particularly to concentrate on how we support you at work and also how you'll be rewarded. So I'm going to talk first of all about some of the mechanisms we have in place to support you at work. First of all, talk about HR policy. We have a raft of HR policies that are all available to staff on our website. I'll give you the link to that later on in the webinar. I've been asked to concentrate on a number of policies which are relevant particularly to researchers. And these include policies around work-life balance and improving your working life at York. We offer a suite of policies covering maternity leave, paternity leave, adoption, and shared parental leave, which is one of our newer policies, where you can divide your maternity leave between yourself and your partner, who may be working at the university or elsewhere. And you'll also find policies on unpaid parental leave to allow you to spend time with children under the age of 18, as well as flexible working, including flexi-time policies, job share policies, and part-time working. So please do take a look at our website on that. I've also been asked to talk about the redeployment policy. The aim of that policy is to ensure that we retain great talent at the university, and that when a role comes to an end, such as the end of a fixed term contract, you might find yourself in a situation where you're asked to join our redeployment register. What that means is that if a job comes up that's of interest to you, that fits your skill set, and that you're able to do, then you'll be considered for that job before those who are not on the redeployment register. You might like to call it priority treatment. So if that situation affects you, and I understand it is one that affects researchers regularly because of the fixed term nature of a lot of your working, then please do go and look at that policy and seriously give consideration to joining the redeployment register if it's offered to you. I'd also like to talk about health and well-being. Never more so than at this very difficult time of COVID has been our physical and mental well-being been more important to us. We regularly host health promotion events across campus. We offer discounted access to sports facilities on campus, and we offer an in-house occupational health service, as well as a network of mental health first aiders. But I also wanted to mention the free confidential employee assistance programme that we have called Health Assured. You can call them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and talk to them about any issue of concern which may be home or work related. The person who answers your call is a trained counsellor, and if you decide that with that counsellor that more in-depth counselling support is needed, then you can access up to 6 one-hour face-to-face counselling sessions free of charge, and you'll be matched with a counsellor within 48 hours. You can also use their financial and legal support line during normal office hours, and there's no limit on the number of times that you can use these services. It's entirely free, it's entirely confidential, nobody will know that you're accessing those services. Health Assured also have an app called My Healthy Advantage, which you can download to your mobile device from the App Store or Google Play. On that app, you'll find online programs such as CBT, managing weight loss, stopping smoking, as well as other useful advice. And you can contact Health Assured from that app if you prefer using live chat or via the phone. So on the slide that I'm hoping you can see, there's a rectangular turquoise box with the logo in there. That's the app that you're looking for. And I've also put the employer code on the slide, which is called How Will I Be Supported, so that you can access that app. I'd like now to move on and talk a little bit more about the benefits that we offer to you as researchers. We have a part of our website called Rewards Extra, and you can see a range of benefits that are open to you, including a Cycle to Work scheme. The Cycle to Work scheme is a tax-free way of being able to purchase a bike, and we've just increased the limit on the amount of money that you can use on that scheme, so that you can buy an electric bike as well. It also has a range of other benefits: a health cash plan, dental insurance, as well as discounts for retailers. One thing that I think might be of interest to you is a rental deposit loan scheme, which we've just launched. That's where, as the name on the tin suggests, if you need to put a deposit down on a rental property, you can now obtain a loan through us as an employer for that rental. And we've also launched a workplace ISA scheme, which is a savings scheme, perhaps to go alongside a pension or instead of a pension if you've decided not to enter the pension scheme. There's also details on the slide there of the pension schemes that we offer at York. They are plentiful and they are complex, so I'm not going to go into details of those now, but there are details about where you can find out more information about those schemes. And finally, just to mention two award schemes that we have at the university. Rewarding Excellence is a reward scheme for those who've made an exceptional contribution on a sustained basis, and provides a permanent pay increase, and it's a scheme that's open every year that you can apply for. And the Making the Difference scheme, which is a scheme which is open in many departments, where you can nominate colleagues to receive a one-off bonus for a piece of work that they may have done. I hope that's helpful to you today. On the final slide, which is the Contact Us slide, you'll be able to see details of how you can get in contact with us in HR and find out more details about the things that I've been talking about today. Enjoy the rest of your day. Lovely to speak to you. Thank you very much for having me. Goodbye.
Hi everyone, I'm Anna Reeder and I'm an Equality and Diversity Manager here at York, part of the Equality and Diversity team within the Human Resources Department. We work to support departments and the university to help all staff and students thrive at York, regardless of their background or personal characteristics. I have a couple of minutes today to share with you a few examples of good practice to illustrate how we can improve equality, diversity and inclusion in research, and I have a few suggestions for how you can learn a little more too. So, some good practice initiatives. Based on a lot of work done in chemistry in this area, unconscious bias observers and guidance are being used in recruitment in some departments. This involves an objective observer monitoring and providing feedback on parts of the process, such as shortlisting, to ensure that unconscious bias is minimised in decision making. That can include things like recording the amount of time taken to discuss each candidate, or highlighting irrelevant assumptions made about candidates. Like I said, this has been driven a lot by work done in chemistry, but has also been adopted by other departments such as history. The next example is that rather than relying on people putting themselves forward for promotion, an annual review of academic and research staff CVs has been introduced in some departments, including archaeology, to help identify where staff are ready to apply for promotion, but may not see themselves as ready and might need some encouragement or support to do so. In computer science, which is heavily male dominated, they've recently committed to making sure all first-year students are taught by at least one woman, both to provide female role models for academic and research careers, and also to try to break down the notion that only men are welcome and succeed in that field of research. Slightly further afield, at some of the Nuffield research departments in Oxford, rather than simply using open advertising in recruitment, they have adopted an approach where they identify and invite qualified people to apply for senior clinical and research roles to increase diversity in those roles. So approaching those people who are eligible to apply for positions but may not have seen themselves in that role, and actually inviting them to be part of that. And that's had a real impact on, particularly with gender diversity, but increasing the diversity of those senior research roles. Returning closer to home again, colleagues in the Equality and Diversity team and HR are working with the Research Excellence Training team to ensure that EDI is built into the development of the new Researcher Development Concordat Action Plan, and I'm looking forward to hearing how discussions go about that today. And last but not least, the university's Women in Research Annual Conference and Network, which was established a couple of years ago to support and encourage women in their research careers. So that's a quick overview of some ideas and some work that's going on. I won't go through the next two slides, but you'll be given them as part of the materials for today. But what's included in there is more information about what's going on at the university and resources to help you learn a little bit more about equality and diversity issues. And there are suggestions and links there to a range of things which I hope you'll find useful. All of those links and information is contained in our Equality and Diversity web pages, so you can access that. Do feel free to get in touch with me or a member of the team using the contact details via that web page too. Hope the rest of the conference goes really well. Thanks for your time today.